Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to In the Mornings with Eddie and Vinny, where we have two rideshare drivers that work their way out of ride sharing through day trading. But let's talk some news right now. Now, the news that I really want to Vinny on this one because this whole entire thing that's going on in Hawaii. I mean, the conspiracies are going all over the place. Okay, from celebrities have been looking at this land. That's why the fire started to an energy weapon being used um, in Maui. So, and I've been trying to get satellite footage, and I can't seem to get anything except from TikTokers that are actually from there of what's actually going on. Um, but the whole entire thing is fishy. But the reason why I wanted Vinny in this one, it is because if you look at the pictures, it looks like a bomb went off.
Hmm.
Like it was a fire. It looked like a bomb went off.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening. I'm
So
listening.
I
You
also
gonna bring up the pictures?
did you see the see every time I go through news sites to get the footage, they only show a zoomed in image of a particular area, not the whole thing.
Well,
It's
that's
always
that's
right here.
just but that's what news does, right? That's what photographers do. They try to you know, it's like a flood zone, dude. Like during the hurricanes, they're gonna go find the deepest flooded part of the city, and they're gonna go out there with their raincoats and their ski glasses on and be like, "Yes, it's pouring." But Hawaii's got, dude. There's something awfully funky about Hawaii right now.
Yeah, they're talking about 80 or 93 deaths, and there's people out there. I was like, there's been like hundreds.
Over 90 people dead, over 1,000 people missing from the
Yeah,
last thing I read, and and it's awfully funny that the land that's going up, the land that's burned up, Oprah Winfrey has hundreds of acres. Okay, Oprah Winfrey has hundreds of acres out there on Maui, hundreds of acres, and she was making a play for some of that land that got burnt down. All of a sudden, the land's burnt down. I don't know. I haven't read enough about it, but if you want to bring up some of the pictures, we can definitely take a look at it.
yeah.
I'm trying to bring
So
up the charts. I got to bring everything up, bro,
these
because
these are just video footage of actual TikTokers that I've been trying to keep an eye on. I don't know if you guys see this. I mean, it's dude, it's like a bomb went off. Now, this has been talk about energy weapons. Now, we have always known that energy weapons have been made. We have them for quite some time now. They haven't. I believe they even started putting them in the. They started with the Apache helicopters. I think they were using them on, and they were basically put. It's like a laser beam, and they put it to the side of a truck or something like that, and it'll literally melt the whole entire side of the truck. So that it could it can melt the engine. They can shut them down. And I know our satellites have this tech.
what's amazing to me is, can you stop that video for a minute?
Yeah,
Like go back a little bit to where some of the houses got hit and some of the houses didn't. Now we're talking about fire here. We're not
yeah.
necessarily talking about like a tornado. Like a tornado can come, touchdown, jump up, touchdown. We know that fires can jump the highway, right? Because of the ambers and they blow. But when I see like this, like down to the bottom there, you still have homes that were not touched, but it like goes around it. It's just it's amazing to me
Right,
how
like right here, like this
these
one burned.
fires,
This
how
one
these fires
burned.
spread.
Yep, this one burned. This one burned, but not this one. You know, look at this. Now this one burned, but not the one across the street. It's just like the fire pattern just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
weird, isn't it?
yeah, we need somebody here that works at the fire. Anybody here experience with the fire department? I mean, this is it's just dude, it's just what's going on. Not only that, okay, and then news reporters out here, they don't show none of this stuff.
No, they won't show the whole thing. They're going to find the worst of it just to trigger you. They just want to get you emotionally triggered. That's what everybody does. They just want to get you emotionally triggered.
But it's just. I mean, a lot
Yeah.
of people were jumping in the water, getting away from the fire, but it's just I think it just happened just out of all of a sudden the fires just happened, um, and there was people out there and they were talking about that they were trying to get supplies, but they were turning them back. They were
Right.
keeping them going in.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it,
And for the sake of safety, we can't
yeah,
let you in because it's unsafe. Kind of like Uvalde when the parents were trying to get in there at their kids, and then cops were standing on the outside and not letting parents in because it was for their safety. Good morning, commuter. Good morning, Thomas. What's popping, y'all? Everybody in the chat. Welcome to the In the Morning Shows with Eddie and Vinny. Yes, commuter says yes. It's odd no land or property belonging to the rich and famous has been affected. You know, we know that we know that you can have the ability to control fire. You know, you might not be able to contain it as much as you'd like, but you can control a lot of times the ebb and flow of a fire. At least that's what
right.
they tell us on the media,
But
right?
this
So,
this is just it's just it doesn't make it. Look, I'm going to show you. This is a satellite image. This is AP, right? This is AP news. This is the satellite image right here. Okay, this is before, but this is after. Some of these houses weren't even touched, and they were even in the middle of the fire. It's just what the wind kept changing direction.
it makes no sense, right? It makes absolutely no sense.
So some of these they were like right there. Well, anyway, the way that I'm seeing it, that's why I wanted you in here. It was because I don't know if you're experienced with some of the images. Now I'm gonna pull up this image that I saw. See, this is they were talking about already misrepresented online fuel conspiracy theory. Yeah, the whole energy weapon thing, and I was like, yeah, sure. Like, who believes the news right now? What will be the odds? What would be I'm probably right now my conspiracy theory about that they probably could have probably used an energy weapon has more of a chance of being true than listening to any of these reporters. Look at yeah, you know what, hold on, let me get that DOD defines direct energy weapons as those using concentrated electromagnetic energy rather than a kinetic energy to incapacitate, damage, disable, destroy enemy equipment. Breakthrough. Chinese military. Well, I'm a little surprised they have it, right? I wonder where they got it from, right? Optics.org. This is Lockheed Martin aiming to scale laser weapon to 500 kilowatt. In other words, they already have a 300 kilowatt. They just upgraded it, all right, and they actually put it on their planes. They put it on their planes and they started using it on their helicopters. All right.
Well,
Here's another one.
commuter
Chinese
brings up
military says it figured out how to build a laser weapon that can fire indefinitely.
commuter brings up a good point, and I'm going to go back. His point was, I wonder if any compulsory purchase orders will be implemented. So let's look at what happened after Hurricane Katrina. Right, they were supposed to rebuild all those areas in New Orleans, right? And what happened? Companies like BlackRock swooped in and bought up all the properties because they knew the people that were there, that died there, those that survived the floods, they knew they couldn't afford to rebuild. So they came in there and they bought them out. Same thing's going to happen in Maui. We're talking about Maui in Hawaii. They're going to come in there and scoop them up. BlackRock's already probably in there, right? Vanguard's probably already in there. They're in there cutting deals already. They probably set the fires. I don't know for sure. I don't know how the
What
fires
is it
started.
now? What is it about Maui? What is it
Oh,
Maui?
it's in
Because I
Hawaii.
mean,
It's in
well,
Hawaii.
we,
That's
we,
all.
we know that it's in Hawaii. Is it like a good land? Is it just an excellent spot? What's going on?
Well, I
I know
mean,
it's a big,
oh,
giant,
everybody
large
goes there.
fire, but I've been hearing that they've been keeping an eye on this place for quite some time.
Well, I mean, bro, that's where everybody goes when they go to Hawaii. It's like burning down Miami Beach.
You know, um,
Burning down Beverly Hills. It's the
but
same, it's the same thing. It's desired property. It's desired property. And anytime there's a desire, price goes up. Developers come in, rich folks come in, they try to buy the property, and when they can't buy the property, they move them along one way or another. That's the theory right now. The conspiracy
see,
theory is that this was man-made and they let it burn. Meanwhile, I don't know how true this is, so it might be fake news. I don't know. But meanwhile, I'm hearing
Steve,
that the current administration has requested another $12 billion for Ukraine. These motherfuckers, bro, these some bitches get like $1 billion a week from us, but another $12 billion nonetheless to go to Ukraine. And there have been congressional bills submitted for East Palestine, Ohio, because they're still in the shit. Like everybody's forgotten about the train wrecks and the toxic fumes and fires that they set in East Palestine, Ohio. They still need help. Those people, the American people. And now Hawaii, right? There's bills in there to send funding to there. But now the Biden administration has said, if you don't, I'm sorry, 24 billion. If you don't okay the Ukrainian package, we're not going to okay the Hawaii and the Ohio packages. So in other words, they want to tie all three of these funding packages together. Think about that, bro. Why are we why does funding to protect our own, to take care of our own, have to be tied into Joe Biden's fucking cover-up war?
I wonder if
Why
they
is
lose the
that?
presidency, they have to pay all this back.
Bro, this is all a payback. It's all a payback. The evidence is all there, no matter how you want to look at it. This guy is him, the guy before the previous administration, all of them, George Bush, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton's, the Bushes, the Clintons, the Obamas, and the Bidens are all wrapped up in this bullshit. All of them are
Now,
wrapped up in this bullshit.
I keep hearing that the only reason why they can't do any arrest right now is because he's president. But once he's not in
That's
presidency
bullshit. They
anymore,
can go arrest his ass right now. They're too pussy to go do it. I'm glad
it's
glad
just,
this
yeah,
right back there.
I think it's gonna
I'm out.
cost. I think it's just gonna cost an uproar. But with everything that's going on, so they have to win the presidency. Like he has to stay in there to avoid any other issues, and or they have to get somebody else in there that's not gonna go after them. If this guy gets in, they're screwed. They're screwed. Dude, he's been campaigning, okay, ever since he lost. Ever since he lost, he's been campaigning all the time. So he knows what's going on, and he ain't gonna let this go. He ain't gonna let this go. He's gotta come after every single one of them. Oh, I hope he does. That'd be the day. That would be the day. But yeah, that was not a Vinny rant there, Thomas. Okay, he was just he's keeping his
Well,
cool.
I just took my pills a little too late because I went out and worked this morning. Like it took an hour and a half to get my first ride. Right, I went out at 6. And then I didn't get my first ride till like 7:20, 7:25. But I was on a three ride streak, not a zone streak, just a regular 3-ride streak with Lyft. So I got a ride to the airport, and I was matched up out of the airport on the Lux Black, and then I got another little Lyft XL out of that. So bang, bang, bang. So I was able to catch him for $75, in 2.5 hours. But the $75 I made in the last hour. The first hour and a half, I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs, playing with my apps. So,
Yeah. Well, I didn't go out.
oh man, Vinny rant. Hold on.
So
Thomas says, Eddie, I need a Vinny rant to get the day started. LOL. But it's cool that he went to a timeout. Yeah, because I just took my pills.
I need to take the timeout button from him. That's what I need to do. no, 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 yeah.
By the way,
Um,
y'all. By the way, I got the lift chart up, right? I'm not in anything. I don't even know if I'm going to trade anything this week. I'm going to wait a little bit to see how it goes. On my focus is on other things this week because I haven't been able to truly focus on trading. But first and foremost, I want to thank God. Today makes 3 weeks since I had my heart attack, and I am thankful that I'm here with you guys. That's number one. Number two, big shout out to my son and his wife. Big shout out. They have
with the
welcomed
lottery.
a brand new. Yeah, they have welcomed a brand new baby boy
Oh,
into the world. So, we are ready. That's 3 grandchildren I have now. Thomas Lau, I will see you next weekend, brother. We're going to drive up on Saturday. So at some point, bro, me and Thomas going to hook up because what the hell I'm going to do? I'm going to look at the baby. I'm going to hold the baby. I'm going to hug the baby. I'm going to give him my blessing. I'm going to be thankful. And then I got to get the hell away because there ain't going to be nothing but women shit after that for a while. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. And then also, and I know he won't hear this, but shout out to my brother Paul. My brother Paul got married over the weekend. And, I'm not real close with a lot of my siblings. Maybe I should be a little closer, but, it is what it is in that respects. But shout out to my brother Paul for getting married. He's a good dude. So, big ups to them. Anyway, you guys know we talked about it last week. Lift put out the thing about the whole wanting to take away Surge, how the new CEO feels, and this is probably going to do good for their stock. But he says, drivers, we should not be paying prime time to drivers. We should not be surging prices when there's high demand. Shouldn't be doing that. Remember we talked about that, Eddie, Wednesday night?
what about how they're gonna remove?
Lift taking away the surge.
Yeah, yeah, we were talking about it because that's what we wanted. Supposedly, that's what we want.
No, not what we want. He thinks in his mind, drivers shouldn't be compensated on a supply and demand basis. According to the articles, and I've read it on a couple of articles now, according to the articles, the Lyft CEO feels they've got plenty of drivers, that there should never be a need, that it's unfair to charge the rider extra when it's high demand, when they don't have drivers.
But the rider just doesn't know what he's paying, what we're getting. That's the issue.
That is the issue, because the riders are still getting charged an exuberant amount of money over what the driver's making.
But it's okay with Lyft and Uber. The rider knows because we tell him. Had a rider picked him up. He was paying $43 for the ride. I got $10 of it. $43. I got $10 of it, and I told the rider. Okay, I was like, they're scamming you, and they're not giving me what we're supposed to be signing the contract. Sooner or later, it's gonna bite them in the rear. Watch.
So Invisible River Ranch says he likes to remove surge. He thinks it's a ripoff.
Well, no, if you chase it.
No. I think what he's saying is that they shouldn't be charging surge anyway. I hope that's not what he's saying. I really hope he's not saying that surge is a ripoff. See, he thinks there should never be surge.
Yeah, no, I think the surge should
I think you're
nuts.
But
the thing is what they're doing is they're destroying the surge by basically saying they changed after you grab the surge, you take the ride. The next thing you know, they manipulate the trip, and the surge becomes the price of the trip. So you don't get the surge. They manipulate the numbers.
He's saying He's saying the passengers get ripped off. Correct. How do the passengers get ripped off? He's got to be pulling our chain. He's got to be full of shit. There's no way he truly believes that. Not if you're a driver. If you're a driver and you want to volunteer your time to go drive, then maybe you should just go volunteer, become a. You guys got to remember, bro. We are a convenience. We are a luxury. We are not public transportation. How is it all a lie? I really want to know how it's all a lie. I really do. And Melvin, good morning, Melvin. And you're right. You make your money because of the surge. Some people don't mind working for free. There's lots of people that don't mind working for free. CEOs that come from nonprofit organizations should never be CEOs of for-profit organizations because they're wired differently. Their mentality is different. CEOs from nonprofit organizations look to maximize the most money they can. Okay, maximize the money they have the best they can. That's cool. You're not a capitalist company. You're not supposed to be. Nonprofits are not supposed to be capitalist companies, but
Right.
they all scam you. You know, if the bleeding heart CEO of Lyft, who feels like supply and demand is not a way of doing business, okay, if that's what he truly feels, then he should not be working for any type of stock salary. Then he as a CEO take $100,000 instead of the $375,000 they're paying him in salary, and then give back or donate every single stock option you got. Give it back, because then you're ruining a service that we built, and you're a Johnny come lately with no skin in the game. You're not a founder, just like Dara Khosrowshahi. He's not a founder, but Uber is definitely paying better than Lyft. I don't know, Eddie. You tell me. By the way, the stock price is moving up this morning. See that?
Yeah, look at it taking off. Look at it taking off. I'm
What the
actually
news
looking at
is.
my I'm looking at my Lyft position right now.
Well, I'm looking at the news. 25 minutes ago, Loop Capital adjusts Lyft target price from $12 down to $9. Maintains a whole rating. Kano Health Stumbles Explorer sale. That's got nothing to do with Lyft. San Francisco moves to center of robotaxi universe after California agency vote. I'd like to know what happened with that vote.
Yeah, no.
Did you guys see the videos of all the cruise cars? See if you can look it up, Eddie. There's a video out there with all the cruise cars stuck and tied up traffic in San Francisco. All the self-autonomous cars, they got stuck. No cones. Let's see. Let's get back to some of the comments here. Go to the airport. It's 200 drivers. Yeah. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, let them sit in the queue. Because I've been having success out of the queue, not in the queue. You know, I understand why drivers go to the airport. They're not wasting gas. You know, they're for the women, they're very safe. You know, so yeah, I mean, I get it why they go there, but I think you can make money out on the streets. I actually had, for the amount of time I put in last week, I put in just under 30 hours with both apps combined, and I made $900 last week. Is there a shortage of drivers? Not right now. There's not invisible.
No.
There's no shortage right now. But when you go to an event and you got 70,000 people and traffic's a nightmare, you can't get in or get out, right? And you only got 1,000 drivers, there's a shortage of drivers. So the surge has to happen. Or why would anybody in their right fucking mind go work an event where traffic is going to be a headache and not get paid extra for waiting on it? I'm not saying every day should be a surge day. What I'm saying is you start taking away the surge and the Lyft bonuses or the prime time, whatever the hell Lyft wants to call it. You start taking that away, you are now disincentivizing drivers to drive. Because the lowball offers to begin with are already bad. That's like New Year's Eve. That's like Black Friday, right? New Year's Eve. I've always said New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve has always been an Uber driver's Black Friday. That's the day we make money. Now you want to take away the surge? You want to take, and you know what happens? If Lyft gets away with it, Uber's going to follow and do the same shit. Because I don't give a damn what anybody says. Both of these companies are working together. They absolutely are working together. And every other channel out here that doesn't think they're not working together, you're nuts. You're insane. Or you don't want to admit the truth. Or you're a grift channel. I don't know. It could be all kinds of things. Anyway, let's see. What's going to happen in this race to zero will put you out of business. The pivot is real. That's why we're doing our Sunday thing, bro. That's why we're trying, Thomas.
Correct.
Like it's like we say, bro. Eventually, at some point, dude, all this shit's gonna go away, homie. It's gonna go away, bro.
This is San Francisco cruise cars that are on the road that have their flashes on. I didn't. I did. We spoke about this, and I wrote. I spoke about it that the original person that designed the system for the cruise cars, he was replaced by somebody else because he kept saying that the system is not ready. The system is not ready to hit the streets, and that it got taken over. He got removed, and supposedly, he left. He left, and he got replaced by somebody else, and they pushed it out there. And look at what's going on. San Francisco, as many as 10 cruise driverless taxis stopped working in San Francisco North Beach on Friday night. The tech fiasco caused traffic to back up and left many questions to the decision by the state regulators to prove that the expanded use of robo-taxis. On Thursday, California's Public Utilities Commission approved the expansion of the driverless taxi companies Waymo and Cruise to operate around-the-clock services in San Francisco. It was only a day later when several cruise vehicles created traffic chaos, according to the supervisor, Aaron Peskin. They're pushing the tech because they're trying to compete.
Wait. Did you say Aaron?
Aaron. Dude, I do that to my clients.
I love it.
When they get in that car, it's like, yeah, you they start cracking up. It makes my tip better.
It's funny. So let me speak to a couple of things here before you finish that. So exactly, commuter. Surge pricing, high demand, that is a fact of life. 100% fact of life. Invisible saying, well, look, this morning it took you an hour to get anything. Yeah, no, it actually took me an hour and 20 minutes. But there was no surge pricing this morning. I wasn't looking for any surge pricing. I was looking to hit them for the the $15 3 ride streak. That's it. So
wow, look at this.
Why should transport be excluded from peak and off-peak pricing? It shouldn't. But this guy thinks that by having, he said, remember, this CEO came in and said he wanted to get his pricing on par with Uber. And they're doing the exact opposite. Their pricing is undercutting Uber. They're trying to gain market share by undercutting Uber. They're not in line with Uber. They're undercutting Uber in a lot of markets. So that we're back to the race to the bottom again, is what it is. Again, this is my last season doing the rideshare stuff.
Yeah, remember they're pushing the tech, but they just don't have it. They just don't have it. The only person that's got the tech is Tesla. I don't know if you guys noticed, but his cars have autonomous in the cars. That they already have it in the chip. All he needs to do is just they all get an update, and then he's got millions of cars that are on the road. How many cars does he have on the road? He has a couple of million, right?
Who?
All over the world.
Elon? Yeah, Elon. Yeah, it's a couple of million.
And the cars communicate with each other, so they're competing. But the thing is, they're pushing the tech. They push the tech, and then this happens. But the thing is that sooner or later, I mean, imagine, okay, Tesla's coming out with the Tesla bot. All right, what do you think they're gonna start doing? They're gonna start coming out with their own Tesla bots, and then the Tesla bot goes Terminator on somebody.
Yeah.
What do you think? Why do you think Elon doesn't push his autonomous taxis? Look at them all mess up. They keep messing up. They push the electric instead of working with them. They're working against them. All right. Not only that, Tesla, I think was suing. Was it Rivian? It was suing Rivian because they took their employers with all their missing, secret tech on their battery tech.
Thank you, MBU. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Eddie. I'm just giving the shout
Yeah,
outs here in the
and
comments.
oh, and to make somebody else feel better. Ad. But by the way, when Tesla lets out their tech, bro, they're gonna take over the market. But these companies, they're pushing the tech, so that's why I really don't think that the cars are gonna be taking. Well, the autonomous taxi are not gonna be taking our jobs anytime soon, is because these mess ups, they pile up, and then people just stop using the apps.
That's
They
what
stop
happened.
using the apps, and then they go right back to the reliable source, which is regular to Uber and Lyft. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? The replacement is coming because the tech is out.
Johnny
Somebody
Fives
just
is coming.
that it's just somebody just needs to perfect it. But the only person that's going to be perfecting it right now is Elon. He's like, sorry, he's sending rockets. He's sending rockets out into space. He's getting into everything. And his company's not about cars. It's about tech. It's a tech company. Okay. And he's got everything in there. Once Tesla becomes autonomous, it's game over. It's game over. Look at what they did with the GM Ford F-150 Lightning. They reduced the price because Cybertruck is coming out. There was even a picture out there of 5 Cybertrucks in the Gigafactory that they already printed out, that they have there. I'm assuming they're going to give to some of their pre-orders. So they're almost like 2 million orders behind that they need to deliver. So, and I'm part of that 2 million. Hopefully when the time comes, I'm able to get it. Right now, because I already have 2 years with my bank, now hopefully I can get a car loan, but under the business name. I've been working very hard to be able to achieve that. I don't know if it's going to happen. I do have my doubts, but I got to ask. So I never know until I ask.
That's
But
right.
this autonomous taxi, don't worry about it. In the beginning, it's good, but look at the big mess up. Look at the big
Yep.
mess up that they create because they're pushing the tech. They're
Too
forcing, they're
fast.
pushing the tech,
Yep.
and now they're going to suffer the consequences for it because people aren't going to trust these apps anymore.
Nope. They surely are not. They
Yeah.
are not going to
What
mess with
happens? What happens when you're in an autonomous car and this thing decides to have a hissy fit and goes right off the cliff? What do? I bet you they
and you know
report
they're
it.
hackable.
Yeah,
You
know
know
they
they're
ain't gonna
hackable.
report. They ain't gonna report it on the news, but you're not gonna care. When you're in the car and this thing is going off the cliff because it thinks it's a road, you know, yeah, so you're done. You're done.
Yep.
But this is what
Yep.
happens when you have a companies that have a lot of money, but they have no brains, and they push the tech, and then they hurt other people in the process.
So I want to speak to something Invisible River Ranch here is saying. He's saying cutting price is a common human thing. It's the biggest mistake everybody makes in business. I know. Cutting your prices is cutting your own throat. Eventually, you're going to put yourself out of business because you're not going to be able to operate. A business has to be able to make a profit. In all of human civilization, the only system that has ever worked to create wealth, and wealth could just simply be just a little bit of profit a day. The only system to ever work is capitalism. Not socialism, not communism, not Marxist. None of it. None of it has ever worked. Capitalism works. But if you choose, you see, here's the hypocrisy of it. They want drivers. I don't know. I'm freezing up a little bit here. They want drivers, right, to have the latest, greatest, newest cars. They're trying to entice everyone to go out and get an EV with a $4,000 or, well, with Uber, they'll give you an extra dollar, which we don't even know if it's a good dollar or not, right? If it's a good dollar or not. But they want you to go out and buy a $50,000 EV to help them meet their requirements, their deals that they cut with certain states. At the same time, they're lowering the fares and the money you're going to. Y'all do realize, right? Y'all do realize they're paying us whatever the fuck they want to pay us. There is no rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or reason to what we're getting paid. You cannot point to a trip and say, that's what you can't point. I can't tell you. You can't tell me you're going to take a 10-mile, 20-minute trip and tell me how much money you're going to make. You can't do
To
that now with
manipulate
upfront
them.
pricing.
You know how many times I
Can't do
have
that.
taken a trip, I accepted it, but then when I get paid, the number is actually lower. And then you complain. You could say something about it, and they'll send you that little email. That what the trip. They send you the price of the trip before you even accept it, which is it's true. But when I get it back and it pays me the wrong amount. So they recalculate everything when it goes to pay me. So they pay me a lot less than what I originally
Exactly.
agreed to. Somebody's got to take a
Exactly.
screenshot of it, either a screenshot of it or record it. Start the video. You accepted the ride. Look, they're gonna pay me this much. Then when you finish it, go back and then boom, and it comes up and it say it's lower. And for me, it's usually $1 lower.
Yeah. So what do you? It's the real deal. It's like, what do you do? So this is the thing I had been fighting with almost the whole summer was how do I adjust myself, what I'm willing to accept, what I'm willing not to accept. And so, everybody, if you've been watching my channel long enough, I've always been a per mile guy. But now I got to look at it as a per mile and per minute deal. How much do I want to make in that hour? Do I want to make $50 an hour? Is my goal $60 an hour? Well, if it's $60 an hour, I need $20. I need $1 a minute. Right? If that's my goal. But it's so hard now to gauge that because it is slower. There are more drivers. So it's like, what are you willing to accept? So now I have to start thinking along the lines of, okay, where's this ride taking me? And you remember, you only get 5 seconds to make this goddamn decision. But is the ride going to take me to where I want to go? Please do not bring that woman up on the screen. Please do not bring that. Don't do it, Eddie. I'll leave the show. I will let you finish the show by yourself. I am not going to listen. I don't even want to see that disgusting ass person. She is disgusting. She is disgusting.
She
She is disgusting.
the stupidity of people. This is the one where she actually starts saying
Oh my God.
that
Here we go.
people are alluding because they're hungry, and they have like no choice but to loot. And I was like, well, I was wondering how you eat jeans and Louis Vuitton bags, sneakers. How do you eat
Yeah.
those? I
You
mean,
can bring it up if
it's,
you want to bring her up. You can bring her up.
oh no, I'm not.
I'm
I
not
was,
one
I
to
was
tell you not to do something. I don't want anybody in your comments telling you, hey, see, this is why you got to get away from Vinny.
this is
I
just
don't want to see that.
it's just saying why people loot. Why people loot, but I'm not gonna. She's talking, but nobody really listens to her. All I hear is
She
that's what
might
I
be,
hear.
she might be the absolute dumbest
Yeah,
congressperson I've ever heard.
it's just
Not in the sense of I disagree with her. Not in the sense that I disagree. Listen, we can all disagree. That's okay. That's part of life.
correct, but it's just like stupid.
But
Like
the
seriously.
stupidity in the way she presents it, it's like I'm a whiny little spoiled bitch. That's what she is. She is privileged. She has been privileged her entire fucking life.
See, yeah, this is what happens when you give people a position, or all of a sudden you're a bartender and now you're making like a whole ton of money, and then not only can you be in a position that you're making a whole bunch of money, but you're actually in a position where you can actually steal money and get away with it and become another Nancy Pelosi. And once you put them in that position, the ego kicks in. Hey, there we go, ego kicks in, and then you believe you're better than everybody, and then you think that whatever you say, okay, people are gonna actually listen to you and not understand that there's actually consequences. And you say stupid shit like she says, where people loot because they're hungry and they're desperate. But just I mean,
No, they're
jeans,
selling on
sneakers, bags.
eBay now. Yeah, they're selling on eBay.
I believe there was a
Facebook
store in San
Marketplace.
Francisco. I believe there was a store in San Francisco. They looted all the stores except the bookstore. You see that? They didn't touch the bookstore.
No, they didn't see that. They didn't hit the bookstore.
Even the glass wasn't even broken, cracked, and nothing. A bookstore. They didn't load the bookstore. This is see, this is why. Okay, like don't get me wrong. I read my books, conspiracy, UFOs, Stan Deyo, David Wilcock. I read those books. Even the 13th Planet, man. And there's 3 of them, and those are freaking long. To know about my subject, all right.
Right.
But this dumbass, dude, it's just like.
Commuter Branch says rideshare companies are too powerful, underregulated, and are getting away with underpaying millions of drivers. Bro, that is the absolute truth. No. Talking about rideshare companies.
Correct. But BlackRock, Vanguard, they own 88 right now. They're up 88%. They got the fingers in 88% of the S&P 500 companies, and they're coming after everybody.
Yeah,
I mean, to have their hearsay on the companies.
Right, but what Commuter is saying is true. Like in our little gig world, the companies have way too much power. They've got way too many politicians leveraged. They're smart. They know how to go get the money. But then when you look at the boards, here's the thing, bro. Go look at the board of directors of these companies. Go look who owns the largest, who's the largest shareholders of these companies. You know, the CEO ain't nothing more than a giant salesman. He don't make no goddamn decisions. The board of directors makes all the decisions, and they tell the CEO what the hell they're going to do. It ain't the other way around. CEO is nothing more than a spokesman and a salesperson. That's all they are.
But there's always
Logan Paul and Green. Not Logan Paul. Whatever. Logan Green and the other founder there of Lyft. They stepped down as CEO and controllers, but they're still on the board. They're telling Risher what they want to do. What's the name from the chick from Huffington Post? Who's the chick who owns Huffington Post?
Oh, you guys were talking about that last time. Actually, I was listening to
Ariana Huffington. She's a member of the board of directors on the Uber board. Plus, Uber has a huge Saudi investment. There's a huge Saudi group that's invested in Uber. You think the Saudis give a fuck about a driver going out this morning at 6 o'clock trying to feed his family? They don't give a fuck. These people don't care. So what? But I don't want to turn this into a bitch session, Eddie. What I'm saying is that we just have to work around all of this stuff and not get caught up in it. That's the key. You don't want to get caught up in it. Just like the whole thing in Hawaii. Going all the way back to Hawaii. Let's go back to Hawaii. Right? Let's go back to Hawaii. Why are they burning down Hawaii? What's the distraction? What are they trying to distract us from? Well, I can tell
that's obvious.
Yeah, Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, all the evidence, the 20 plus $1 million now that is in your face, documented proof from banks. Documented proof. Oh, you want money? You want money to go and repair Hawaii? You want money to go and repair East Palestine, Ohio? Well, then you got to approve this $24 billion I want to send to Ukraine, or we're not going to push the money forward for those other 2 places. You see how all this shit this ain't conspiracy theory. This is fucking fact. This is in your face facts.
So you think they created? I mean, come on. You know what? I don't. Where's Alex Jones when you need him? Yeah. You know, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. They set this whole entire thing up, a big distraction to get them off. But the thing is that their distractions make it worse for them because everybody knows.
Well, yeah,
everybody knows. It's just like I don't know how they think that if you're looking at them because they're sniffing coke in the White House and you look this way, automatically it's like in a dream where like it goes away. Like it goes away. Like you turn around, it's still there.
They even know they revealed. Yes, we know who it was. First, they said they didn't know who had the cocaine in the White House. Now they say, well, now we know who had the cocaine in the White House. We know it was somebody in the Biden orbit. Those little couple of people in his little circle.
Uh-huh.
In the restricted part of the White House. Oh.
They keep talking about the West Wing. Now I keep hearing the West Wing is like a very, very like West Wing, like secluded, cameras all over the place, secured. I mean, you can't get in there. Even if you work there, you can't get in there unless that's like your department.
Right.
You know,
Right.
no outsider can go in there. That's
Right.
supposed to be the West Wing. I don't know about the White House. The only one I listen to that knows about the White House is Bongino because he talks about it. Well, because I talk about the West Wing, and I was like, I don't know what the West Wing is. It's kind of like Secret Service. Secret Service can't really get in. They don't get involved in politics. They're just there to protect. That's it. That's
Right.
their job. But even their Secret Service, even the Biden family Secret Service, is just like, why are we getting involved in this stuff?
Commuter Branch asks the question: who is challenging these companies? Nobody. Nobody. We can, as people on YouTube, drivers, pseudo journalists, nobody. There's no politicians challenging them. Nobody's challenging these companies. And as much as we want to think we're making a difference, we're not making a difference. And it's not to be negative on that. It's just that this is why we say, if you're going to depend on rideshare only or gig apps only, look at DoorDash and Uber Eats. Didn't DoorDash just go down to $1 base pay on all orders? But $1 base pay on all orders? Listen, if you're delivering for DoorDash, you're basically working for tips.
Pivot Sundays. Oh, you guys gotta.
And you're basically working for fucking tips. And you don't think if they get away with it on DoorDash and Uber Eats, they're not going to bring that shit over to rideshare? Really? You don't think they're not going to do that? Bro.
Let me show you. This is a dude.
See, and here it is. There's Melvin. There it is. That's why you should care less and treat it like a business. That's what I've always.
Right. You have to. If you buy a car if you buy a car for ride sharing, treat it like a business. Don't treat it like, oh, you put 20 miles on it. I was like,
and here's the guy. Here's the guy right here on this show, on our morning show. $100,000 2 years ago, $180,000 last year. Treats it like a business. Runs everything he does as a business. And the man has success. That's success. It wasn't given to him. He earned that shit. Yeah, he went out. He put in the fucking work. He went at it a way that most people wouldn't go. But he's legit. Like Eddie is legit.
It's a lot. So, do you believe that? It's a lot. But again,
show me somebody else making $180,000 a year that's running their shit like a business. There's one or two guys I've heard, right? One or two guys that I've heard, but I've seen Eddie's paperwork. Eddie is a $180,000 a year guy. Nobody will give him his fucking credit. $180,000 a year. Nobody fucking gives Eddie his credit. Y'all kiss my ass.
We don't. I don't look for. Okay, I don't look. I don't look for the credit. I don't look for the credit because everything gets reinvested. For me to be able to make that much, I need to do my YouTube. I need to do my ebook sales. I need to do my AdSense. That's what we keep expanding into other things. So sooner or later, there's going to be a point where the amount of money that I need to spend for my business and personal, it stops, and then everything becomes profit because everything needs to be reinvested for me to be able to make that much. But the reason why I make that much is because I need to make that much to put right back into the business. I don't party. I don't drink. No friends. I ain't got no time for you guys. Sorry. I ain't got no time for you guys. If I have a drink with you because I see you somewhere, you got it really lucky. Because after that drink, bro, I got to go. I got to get back to work. But yeah, I mean, I don't. Vinny knows. I showed Vinny because even I was surprised. I was like, Vinny, look at my tax returns, man. I was like, I don't know what to say, And like I told him, I was like, everything that I make goes right back in. I don't want any of it. I don't put like. Don't get me wrong. I make money with Uber and I make money with everything else, but I don't pocket it. I reinvest it. I reinvest it back into everything. So just because you don't see it doesn't mean we're not doing anything. And that's what we
I'm trying
started
to
the
tell
whole
you.
Sunday. That's what we're trying
That's
to say.
right.
The whole Sunday pivot thing. It's like I'm telling you, these are the things that we're doing on the side. Nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know that you're trying to make something outside because the first thing they do is when they don't see you are the first ones to actually attack you. And they
Yeah.
think that you're not doing anything. But it's not that you're not doing anything, it's that they just don't want to involve themselves into what you're doing because it's just not part of their goal. I was like, that's fine. I was like, you go do your own thing. I was like, don't worry about it. It was me, Vinny, Kiki, Ron, Steven, Jeff, but everybody's doing their own thing. It should be expected. I don't want to ride share forever. Some people want to ride share forever. I don't want to make a career out of ride sharing. I just want to make this money so I can reinvest it into other things. Hence, my computer, my PC, my 3D printer, my screens, all this little stupid stuff that I have is been paid through all the additional money that I make on the side.
Amen. All right. Wondering when the autonomous transport starts its takeover. That when the industry starts looting the drivers.
Tesla. Just
It's
keep an eye
going to
on
be
Tesla.
interesting to see what happens. I at this point, this is another reason, the pivot down. Um, at this point, if you got a Tesla, if you have the ability to get a Tesla, in the next 2 years, you'll be able to sit at your house and listen to us bullshit on YouTube, right? Because that's all we do is bullshit on YouTube. I mean, ask anybody. You can join us bullshitting on YouTube while your car's out there doing the work for you. Within the next 2 years, it's going to happen.
But if you have a Tesla, you're good. Just
It's
hold on
only
to
going
it.
to be the Teslas that's going to pull it off.
Yeah.
Nobody else is going to be able to pull it off.
The reason why he doesn't let I mean, his company is on the line for this. They're going after him for everything. They're looking for a way. But don't get me wrong. It's just like they want him out. Um, yeah. Oh, right, Lisa. Yeah, I got the 3D printer. I mean, my YouTube is paying for it right now, but I want to pay it off as fast as possible. But I just paid for my PC. I don't know if you guys ever saw my PC, but it's called the Cube. It's a square, actually. It's literally a square
It looks
with
like the
four
cube,
sides of
the
three
Borg
sides of
cube.
yeah.
Looks like the Borg cube. If y'all know what the Borg is, there's a
But I
little
got the
little
3D
Star Trek
printer,
cookie.
and now I have to learn how to 3D print. And this is some. It's just some people just don't get it. That every time, like when you start a business and you're trying to do something new, you have to teach yourself because you just ain't got the money to just go out there and just like take off and be like, oh yeah, let me just take some training. Um, you don't have that benefit. But I got my 3D printer. I've been printing some stuff out. I don't know. See the little. This is my stormtrooper. Okay, and
Let's see the stormtrooper. Where's the stormtrooper? I want to see the
oh,
stormtrooper.
stormtrooper,
Yep, stormtrooper.
stormtrooper. Oh yeah, this is my 3D printed stormtrooper. Um, I've been getting.
Is it a
I
bobblehead
gotta
yet?
learn.
Is it a
I
bobblehead
gotta.
yet?
No, no, no. It's not a bobblehead, but I
I need a
can make it a
bobblehead, bro.
bobblehead.
I need a
Yeah.
bobblehead.
But man, I was wondering if I know I can make our heads 3D, so we can make our own selves like little bobbleheads and stuff. That'd be a good business. People be like, hey, can you make a bobblehead? A
Hell yeah.
bobblehead.
Hey, Invisible says, I'm getting out of Uber and into YouTube. Cat is going to get a job, become the wage earner. Bro, them cat channels on YouTube and TikTok and all that, bro, they make money. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
they make money. Buddha, what's popping, buddy? What's popping, my brother?
How you
All
doing, Buddha?
from LA.
So yeah, hey, pivot guys, pivot Sundays, pivot Sundays. Keep an eye on it. I think this Sunday, right? We're gonna be doing the whole YouTube thing, right? We're gonna go over to YouTube. This is how you open it. You put your email in there, okay, and you start your YouTube. I'm gonna go over some Canva. How you can make your little picture or your thumbnails and stuff for your YouTube video.
Be about an hour long. Be about an
Yeah,
hour long.
we don't want to really push it. We just want to talk
We'll
about
make
it
it
really quick.
simple and get everybody going in the right direction.
Correct. And then since we do it all the time, we can actually direct you and give you videos and stuff of what you can do with your YouTube channel. I started doing everything right in the beginning, but that was because I was just mad at people and I was saying that I was going to do something, but then I record me doing it, and I didn't know that that was the way videos should be done because it attracts people because it creates trust because I'm doing exactly what I said I was going to do. You know, I'm showing it on the videos, and I didn't know I was doing it the right way in the first place because I was wondering why I was getting all this traffic, and happens to be I was just doing it right the whole entire time.
Do you
But
see?
always pivot. You got to pivot because this ride sharing stuff it ain't gonna last forever. I'm telling you, little by little they're gonna keep cutting
Do you
back.
see what Fanatic is saying to you? He says, "Let me know if you need some 3D models." That's what he does. He models. Also had 3D printer if you have questions. So maybe you and Fanatic need to get together and y'all can talk a little bit.
Yeah, Fanatic, reach out to me on IG, Eddie's Hustle. Let me write it down.
Buddha.
But
Did WeZoom said Buddha slept in his new Tesla. Did he really? Buddha, you sleeping in the car, bro?
I bet you he freaking likes it.
I know I saw in the Discord he said he got one, but I don't know what. I'm assuming he bought the Y. He's watching us in the Tesla right now. That's awesome.
Oh, hold on. I'm thinking. I'm thinking of Buddha. I was like, yeah, Buddha, you have to do it on the Y. You can't do it on the 3.
Damn, I'm good.
Right, Share Lisa says lately I've been hearing lots of commercials on 3D printers. Yeah, there's it's awesome. Invisible's like
Even
where we
they're
talk
so
3D
cheap.
printers. I got nothing to do with that. I don't know nothing about no 3D printer.
Yeah, no. Who was it? Who was it that said to
Fanatic?
Fanatic? Yeah, Fanatic. Yeah, Fanatic. I mean, I don't know what you mean by 3D models. But yeah, Fanatic, reach out because I do have some questions about the 3D printer. Maybe we can work together. I don't know. We love we love to network. We love to work. We love trading like business ideas and stuff. Because we kind of so I kind of stumbled on this. Like it's pretty new. I wasn't really thinking I was gonna be making money on YouTube. I just started doing it just for the hell of it. It just happens to pay, you know. But I want to expand. I want to expand it to other things because again, the YouTube is not forever. You know, people with YouTube channels have been shut down, you know, because of something they said, and then they lose their income. But I want to expand my incomes into a whole bunch of other things. So if I could do that and at the same time bring somebody else with me and we could all grow together and make a whole bunch of money, then yeah, you know, bring it on. Let's make this money. You know, can make a career out of ride sharing. I don't care how good of a mechanic you are, so you can put like another 100,000 miles in your car. It's just it ain't for me. It ain't for me. Wait, did I lose everybody in the chat?
No, I'm here.
I think
What are you talking about? What happened?
I've been trying to type my IG and I don't think it went through. Yeah.
Yeah, it went in. I had it up there.
Oh, it did. It did. It did. I don't see it.
Yeah, I put it up there. What's up, Driven Dad? What up, Tony?
So yeah. But by the way, if you guys got the Teslas, just they're meant to last a very very long time. Don't get rid of them after like 30,000 miles, 50,000 miles. But they're gonna last that like Novice should not. Well, no, Novice just got his. Novice just got it. By the way, Novice, I was laughing at that little incident that you had with the Tesla and the AC unit. Dude, I was cracking up. It brought that memory right back, and I was like, damn. I was like, I need to talk to Novice again. You know about that. It was so freaking funny. So you made my day. I said, dude, this is how I remember Novus. It was just he was telling me about a little situation that he had, and dude, he made me laugh like bad. It was so bad that I was like losing my voice. How hard I was laughing. Um, but yeah, Novus, I know. He didn't know what the hell was going on, and so it was a Novus. Just listen, Novus ain't got a right check. Okay, I get this freaking God damn it. So Novus is in a position that I want to be in. Okay, but Novus is like it's bored, so he ride shares. You know.
Tony said, "Did I hear Eddie is printing models?" coincidence that Victoria's Secret
Yeah.
brings back their fashion show at the same time. They've been checking out his OnlyFans, bro. That's why
Yeah.
they're going to sponsor his
I
OnlyFans.
can I can print them out in any way, shape, or additional tools as you want. Yeah. So,
Oh, that's funny.
uh,
That's funny.
but yeah. The whole 3D printing thing, networking definitely got to network with people. That's why we try not to get it really into the charging. I mean, sooner or later, we're gonna get into a position where like, okay, look, I made it this far, so I don't have to work anymore. Then you're gonna be like, okay, look, if people want if people want to work with me, then you gotta pay. I was like, this crap was not easy. It was not easy.
Hey,
Yeah, no,
no, we
no,
know
yeah.
you're
When you
there.
say,
We know you're there. And then Eddie, Kyle we Zoom once. Can I get the link to Eddie's OnlyFans?
I got it. Now, but if I start, I don't even. I gotta see what the hell you could put in OnlyFans. But I have a funny feeling people are just gonna go in there and check it out. It's like, does he really have an OnlyFans?
Listen. Nick from Jersey will be the first one to sign up.
Yeah, there's quite a few Knicks from jerseys out there. I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like I feel like the only one with a gas car. I live in the snow. I could never give up my. Oh, Subaru Forester is badass though. That's the right car. That is absolutely the right car for an all season, all around. If you go through all 4 seasons, you can't. I know Tony and Lisa got the Teslas up there in Colorado, but oof. I mean, they start losing that range. They start losing, a little bit of stuff here and there. For me, I think Tesla's best perform in a Florida market, flatland, maximum range, flatlands, medium to warmer temperatures, not necessarily lower temperatures, colder temperatures. But I know Tony. Tony's making that shit work. I know he is.
Nice.
So wait a minute now. What? So Uber isn't taking my vehicle inspections. You guys still got inspections in California? We don't have any inspections here anymore. They stopped doing inspections here.
I see.
Years
By the
ago.
way, I see something coming with Uber and Lyft. You know that they've been asking me for the picture of my license, a picture of myself a lot lately. I'll be working, whatever, and they'll say, "Hey, stop the car, take a picture of yourself to verify your information."
Everybody's doing that lately. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
I know they've been doing it, but it's gonna get. I bet you they're gonna use it as a weapon against us. They don't want you driving for them anymore. They're gonna say, "Oh, we can't verify. We can't verify. We can't verify." They're gonna do that. Watch.
I don't understand. Why why would that
Because
make sense to do that?
sometimes I'll submit a picture of my license and stuff, and then they keep sometimes they'll say, "Oh, couldn't identify it." Couldn't
Really? I've never
identify it.
had that
I was like,
problem,
"Yep."
thank God. Knocking on wood.
But this is why the pivot Sunday, you gotta go pivot Sundays. We gotta move on. They're looking for ways. So those drivers that are out there and they just keep declining, or they're just sick and tired of them
Well,
stealing.
you
And
know what I'm seeing? You know what I'm seeing with all that is the more channels that I watch, especially a lot of these newer channels, the more that I see, and I hunt these new YouTubers out because I want to give them the opportunity I didn't have. So yeah, every now and then I'm absolutely bring some people on. The cherry picking's only going to last so long, bro.
yeah,
If you look at some of these better established, here's some shit for you. This is how you know a motherfucker's out there grifting you. Okay, here's some shit for you. Those same channels that we're talking about, no trip, no tip, no tip, no trip. All those channels. Some good guys, some good channels, but they were cherry pick, especially on the delivery shit. Go back and look at their channels now. Oh man, I got to get my acceptance rate up. I'm getting better orders when I get my acceptance rate up. You see what I'm saying? You had to know these companies were going to fucking find a workaround.
Yeah.
You want better orders? You got to accept more rides. You want better pay? You got to accept more rides. You want to cherry pick all the time? You're not going to get as many rides. Especially if you're not a YouTuber. Especially if you have zero influence in the market in any way, shape, or form. You're just a number. Sit there and follow these people if you want to. Some of them is going to get there. Some of it's going to be good. Some of it's going to be bad. You really got to pay attention. I'm not saying blindly take every single ride that comes your way. Hell no. There's some shit that's just ignorant. Like no way in hell. But I'm telling you, there are some channels out there that were no tip, no trip, right? And I'm not, I swear to God, I'm not talking about anybody specifically on my kids. I'm saying in general. There was 1,000 channels out there that said, oh, there's no tip, I'm not taking no trip. Okay, I get it. Now them same channels are like, oh man, I got to get my AR up. Because their acceptance rating sucks. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a dumbass Uber driver. What the hell I know, Eddie?
Yeah.
I know I did 900 in less than 30 hours last week. I know that much. Yeah. I know I changed my strategy a little bit, and all of a sudden, there it is. There's my money. Let's get this bread, bro.
Going around. Yeah, cherry picking for me, I don't do it. I'm not good. I'm still not good at it, and I've been at it for like over 2 years. Cherry picking it's not from. I can't do it. I can't do it. The only thing I would never ever probably take is those $3.82 rides that Uber gives me. I was like, dude, like, come on, like seriously. Like it's just, I don't even get to keep half of it because of the gas that I spend on it. But $3.82, and it's not like they're close by. Right. I was like, the trip is short, but for me to get to the trip to start it, it's like it makes no sense. So it's just not worth doing that. So I just rather wait for something close. I can just sit there and I can save that dollar that I'm probably going to be spending on just the trip alone.
Well, what I'm suggesting is, this is all I'm suggesting, bro. This is just based on it don't mean nothing to nobody. It's just my experience. You're going to have to suck up some of this shit too, or you're not going to get any rides. I'm not saying take the garbage. I'm just saying, if the trip is 8 minutes away, okay. That means it's like 2 miles. Okay. So you go get it. Right? Listen, they have absolutely beat us down. But to sit there and have an acceptance rating of under 20%, it's got to be tough, because that means 80% of the time that they're sending you requests, you're saying no. I don't know. So then maybe the area you're working in, like we always say, if you are getting lowballed constantly, you're in a bad area, because that means there's a ton of drivers around you. Maybe you need to move to a different area, try something different. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean by that. Right now, my acceptance rating on both apps is up to 58%. 58% on Uber, 58% on Lyft.
I brought mine almost to like 90 acceptance rate, but I had the LGBTQRS thing going on here in Austin, and I was just like, I can't do this. They were asking me to come pick them up in the middle of the event, and I was like, I can't get to you because the roads are closed, and then these people are like, they go like, oh, like change it, like walk, like, it's kind of like, these 6 girls, they ordered my SUV, which is 6. It was 6 of them. My car is a 7-seater, but when I get there, dude, I'm looking at them and I'm like, you guys really need to order another car, because one each girl was the size of 2. So I was like, I'm telling you, I was like, I was like, and I'm saying to myself, and then I started smiling. I was like, this ain't gonna happen. Watch. Right. And then they get in the back seat. But 2 of them didn't fit in the back seat.
Right.
They were like this the whole entire time. And then they sat 3 in my center row. And the other one was like basically leaning against the door, and she was like so uncomfortable. It was so bad. The only one that was comfortable was the girl that was sitting right next to me, right in front of me. And I was like, I thought they were gonna actually say, it's like, oh, we need to get another car, but no.
You had the sardine caddy.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really mocking on him, but I just don't know how. Like, hey, like, I was like, all right. And I was like, I was like, this is an SUV, it's a 7-seater, but I was like, look at the back seat. It's not designed for that.
Oh, all right. Let me get
Yeah,
a
yeah.
couple of these comments. See, that's what you really have to put in the hours and to see when and where is a good ride. Because me and the homies found that the right times to make more money in less time. So, and then Raymond's asking me here, how am I doing it? Well, this is what I'm doing, bro.
All the apps.
All them times, I'm still only using 2 apps. I'm still only doing rideshare, Uber, and Lyft, right? Because Roadie sucks. It's terrible. I would never do Roadie. Roadie, I can't make no money with. I can't even get a goddamn an accepted offer with Roadie. Fuck Roadie. Listen, all them times we were sitting out there wasting those hours, I moved my ass around. I went and found out when and where. So right now in the afternoons, I'm going to tell you, in the afternoons, I'm out by the beach. In the mornings, I'm out here. I'm out west where I'm at in the mornings. I also know now I don't need to go out at 4 o'clock in the morning yet. Because the last 3 or 4 mornings that I've gone out, I don't get a ride before 7 o'clock. So there's no need to be out there at 5:30 in the morning if there's no fucking rides out there. You see what I'm saying?
My market is different. In my market, there is rides early in the morning.
I understand that. Every market's different. Raymond's in my market. So if you're in South Florida, I'm going to try to help you out a little bit here, right? Because it's only 19 people watching. So here it is. Here's what I'm doing. In the afternoons, I take my ass out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I head towards the beach, US 1 in the beach in Fort Lauderdale. And once that first ride starts coming through, just start rapid firing. They come through. Remember now, I'm only on XL and up. I don't do the basic rides. But the basic rides are going to be a hell of a lot more than XLs and up. So I'm trying to move into the busier areas. My goal is to put in 3 hours in the morning, 4 to 5 hours in the evening. That gives me an 8-hour workday, and I can do what I need to do in the middle. That's what I'm doing. This morning I went out. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I was out for 2.5 hours this morning, right? The first hour and a half, I didn't get shit. 7:20 came around. Boom. Got that first ride to the airport. Boom. Got rematched out of the airport. Boom. Got a third ride. Hit the 3-ride streak. $75 plus $5 cash. So $80 this morning. And I was home in time to be here with Eddie for the show. Makes no sense for me to go out before 6 a.m. There ain't no rides out there. That's wasted time. That's wasted energy. The key to it all, bro, especially Raymond, bro, you're in my hood, bro. Invisible, you're in my hood. Listen, the key to it all is you got to pay attention to the time frames. Listen, we know they're not going to surge us up. We know on Uber it's going to be all nothing but fucking doom and gloom, gray clouds. So don't worry about that. But you got to watch your time frames. If you're driving XL and up like me, XL, Premier, Lux Black S, XL, if that's what you're driving, you definitely got to pay attention to the time frames.
Yeah, or else remember,
you're going to be sitting out there twiddling your thumbs.
That's in Vinny's market. In my market, it's just different apps. Uber, Lyft, Deliver That. What was that? VHO, Roadie. Well, Roadie no, but VHO yes. I have multiple apps that I use. So, just do that. At least have like 10 apps at least available that you can work with. I still have to sign up for Curry. I haven't tried it yet for Curry.
Melvin, I'm not saying do garbage trips now. Don't get me wrong. Because like if I see some garbage come through, bro, nope. But what I am seeing, I'm not saying it's true for everybody. I'm just saying this is what I'm seeing for me and for what I'm seeing out there in YouTube land. Your better acceptance ratings are getting better trips. I'm just saying. Doesn't matter if it's delivery or Uber. Your better acceptance ratings are starting to get better trips. So act accordingly based on what everybody's seeing. That's all I'm saying. Goldeneye says this is 29% on the higher tiers, right? Yeah, but y'all got to understand something too when you're driving on the higher tiers. Because I know a lot of people don't really talk about it. because the majority of drivers are driving the tier 1 levels, right? So I get this. If you're driving XL, Lux, Premier, Lux Black XL, you are going to wait longer between trips. When I broke down the money per hour, the money I was making on the upper tiers, and the money I was making on tier 1, tier 2, or tier 1 with the rental, it's the same money, y'all. It's the same goddamn money. The difference is that you're not driving as much on the upper tiers, but your expenses go up on the upper tiers. The shit is all relative. Don't get it twisted. If you're driving on X or Lyft, you're going to get more trips. So now you got to do volume and hope like hell that they're giving you guys incentives to drive those tiers. Challenges, boosts. You need that shit. Surge, you need it. But I'm just saying, this is just experiences. I've driven every tier they got out there, bro. Every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? I've driven every single one of them, and I promise you I can make money on every single one of them. Every one of them. Make money on them. I didn't try to take over the show, bro. My bad, dog.
No. I was looking. I'm looking at. They're having this whole UFO thing, and I've been keeping track on it. I don't know. I like it. What's going on, but it's just sometimes deciphering what's real and what's not.
Well, let's take a look real quick before we get into that. Let's do a quick little market analysis on Uber and Lyft, because this is important to us, guys and ladies. You guys need to understand what the hell's going on with it. I keep telling y'all need to pay attention to the stock. Y'all say y'all don't think y'all need to pay attention to this. When they're doing good, we know we're going to catch a little relief. But when their stock sucks, we're going to get squeezed even harder. Remember that. Any company that's not doing well, the employees pay the price. The customer pays the price. And because they control both sides of the marketplace, both what the rider pays and what the driver gets paid, they have the advantage. That's their leverage. So I just wanted to bring that up. Go ahead, Eddie. You can finish this off. I don't see. Look. Lyft is up a little bit. Uber is down a little bit. We can see Uber's been on a decline lately. Here, I'll draw it in here real quick. I'll do the arrow because Eddie likes my arrows, so we can see. Whee! Eddie likes my arrow.
Why do you show everybody nice arrows like that? You don't show me that. God damn it!
I'm showing it to you now, bro. What are you talking about? I'm giving you the arrow now, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's a distraction, the whole UFO thing. But there have been some incidents in which the UFO phenomena it's always surrounded about nuclear. Don't know why. It's always. I don't know if it's some people in the UFO community say that they won't let us use nuclear weapons. I mean, we'll literally wipe ourselves off the face of the earth if we use nuclear. It is so bad. The Hiroshima bomb right now that we used back then.
The atomic bombs.
We're like 1,000.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Nagasaki and Hiroshima, yeah.
Correct. And we dropped 2. Now those bombs, they're like, is it 1,000 times? Is it 1,000 times more?
Yeah, listen. If the unfortunate result of the irresponsible use of a nuclear bomb or a dirty bomb would now trigger every idiot that has any type of nuclear capability, meaning any terrorist cell, any dirty organization, whether it's an Al-Qaeda or whatever. And I'm not saying Al-Qaeda specific. I'm saying groups like that, underground terrorist groups. Now they start setting off their little bombs. And maybe it doesn't wipe out a whole city, but it might wipe out a town. It might wipe out a village. Yeah, the threat of nuclear war is horrible right now. We are in the worst of it.
Yeah, we don't want any of that. We don't want any
If
of
we
that.
don't take back our own country, if we don't get our own shit squared away here in the States, regardless, Republican, Democrat at this point, haha, here you go. Bring me up on that big fucking screen because I'm going to say this shit. At this point, if you are still worried about if you're a Democrat or a Republican, you are the problem. If you claim to be a Democrat or a Republican, you are the problem. You're the problem. Identity politics is the problem. Y'all better get back to being fucking Americans.
Yeah, well, and or start your pivot. Start doing something. Okay. And,
Ricky
and
Bobby.
nobody
Oh, I
and
didn't see my boy in. I didn't see my boy in here. Ricky Bobby, what's popping, bro? All the way from New Mexico. New Mexico. La Barrios home. I've been to Eddie's OnlyFans page. Just a bunch of lizard videos and Puerto Rican attack pigeon.
Hey, listen,
Ah!
listen. Out of all the things that are going on right now, you know how we pick on each other. Okay,
Uh-huh.
the last thing that it'll be like someone stupid is gonna end up doing is try to shoot one of these damn things down just because they want the tech.
Yeah, but who the hell's gonna like they say, bro? You can't attack
They
an F-15. You can't attack an F-18. You can't attack us. You're gonna need an F-18 to beat the government.
Oh
Motherfucker.
yeah, I remember that.
Piece of
I
shit.
remember that. It's like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm sorry, are you gonna use our own military against us?
That's exactly what
Okay.
he threatened us with. That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what he threatened us with.
But we know who he is. We know who he is.
That's
Sometimes
exactly
it's
what
a
he
lot easier for these guys to just keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. Because if this goes the opposite of their agenda, remember they're gonna come after you. They come after us easily. They come off easily. But if you have somebody on the other side that's got just as much power as they have, but they're in a higher position, you're gonna be screwed. And I think that's why they're really pushing for this, everything that's going on right now. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did use energy weapons in Hawaii just to create a big, giant distractions. But here is the thing: if they actually did do that, how far are they going to go? You see what I mean?
Buddha. Yeah, that's true. Buddha. So we're gonna do a thing on Sunday. This Sunday, bro. I know Nicholas is coming in. I know Thomas is coming in. This Sunday, bro, 2:00. Ain't no football on yet. We're gonna set up YouTube channels. We're gonna walk you through it. We're gonna walk you through the basic setup of a YouTube channel. So if you don't know how to do one, bro, come on in, join the class. Even if you do know how to, come on in, join the class anyway. That's gonna be Sunday at 2:00 on the Sunday Pivot Pro podcast.
It's only going to be an hour, so we're going to try to push this as fast as we can. So you better keep up.
So yeah, we're gonna do that this Sunday, bro. This Sunday, bro. I'm probably gonna be doing it from Tampa too. I'm gonna have to take my laptop and set everything up from Tampa. Letting you know, bro. I'm letting you know now. What the hell? Just told you, bro. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Eddie's time. What's that? Noon your time out there in LA?
No,
LA.
that's one. Oh no, hold on. In LA,
It's
yeah,
in LA, bro. LA, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Sunday. So
Just basic setup. What you got to do, and we're gonna do that on Sunday. So, Eddie, it's 11:54, bro. I need
yep,
to
let's
eat.
go. Let's
I
keep it
need to
going.
eat. I need to
We're
eat.
gonna
By
do
the
the
way,
whole. We're gonna finish the show, but I want to show you guys a footage of something that happened back in 2009 near a nuclear power plant.
oh shit! Real quick, I want you guys to see something up here. You see where my cursor is? This is called the RSI, Relative Strength Index. This is on a 30-minute chart. By the way, Uber is in the overbought territory. I'm going to show it to you so you guys can see it. I mean, Lyft is now entering overbought territory. Every time it hits there, bam, gets up in there, it's going to retrace. So just letting you know, Lyft is up there. They're overbought right now. So watch for a little pullback. There's probably be a little pullback. I wouldn't buy any right now. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy the stock right now anyway. Anyway, right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
we're gonna
I'll see you
get out of
guys.
here,
Do
y'all.
it again tomorrow.
Appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Pow.
Round 1.